Salutations, greetings, and thank goodness we don't have to use this monstrosity to film this. I'm FutureAnnouncer alongside my partner, the Treasure Hunter 21, and we are going to unload on you. Unload our football knowledge, wisdom, and picks for this week's action on the gridiron. Entering week 1, there was a lot of questions on everyone's mind. Can the Saints repeat? Not by scoring 14 points in a game. Are the Jets as good as they think they are? No. Will Batman and Robin in Cincinnati be the next primetime duo in the league? Only time will tell us, and I'm in no rush to find out. I'm just so glad we finally made it past opening weekend. Treasure Hunter 21, how do you feel?
Agreed.
Yes, well put. So, we're going to start off our show with our Quick Licks segment, where we pick 6 games to tickle your football fancy. We're going to start off with Game 1 as the Eagles travel to Detroit to take on the heartbroken Lions team. Who you got?
Eagles.
Why so?
Even when the Lions win, they don't win.
And with that, I also pick Philadelphia over Detroit. Game 2, the Falcons, who only mustered up 9 points last week, host the Cards, who are coming off a close contest against the Rams. Who you got?
Falcons.
Why?
Well, they're home. For 1. For 2, the Cardinals almost just lost to the Rams.
And that's why I also have the Falcons over the Rams. Game 3, Baltimore, fresh off a Monday night smackdown, enter the jungle to take on the Bengals. Who you got?
Baltimore.
Why?
Because they took the steam out of the Jets engine. They're going to take the steam out of the Bengals engine. They're just destroying all these hyped up teams. They are the real team.
They've only played 1 game.
Against the Jets. The Hard Knocks.
Well, I'm going on the other side of the coin, as the Treasure Hunter 21 will take the Ravens. I'm going to take the Bengals. I don't know, too much offense, and I think they're kind of pissed losing last week like they did. I'm going to take the Bengals over the Ravens. Game 4, the Steelers now 1-0 with their win in overtime last week. Visit Chris Johnson and the run-happy Titans. Who you got?
Tennessee.
Why so?
One team has Chris Johnson, the other has Rashard Mendenhall.
Well, I guess you have the Titans going undefeated this year. I also have the Titans winning in this game. Too much Chris Johnson, too much firepower. Titans. Moving on to Game 5. The Redskins and the Cowboys had a great battle last week, but the Redskins had Cowboys fan puzzled. The Savvy Skins play host to Matt Schaub and the Texans. Can the Skins go 2-0? Who you got?
Pass me some of that corn on the shop. Which you would know I said that last week, but besides that, Matt Schaub and the Texans are too good a team. Pass me some of that T-Men from Texas.
Alright, I'll take some of that T-Men from Texas. I will also take the Texans. Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson, Owen Daniels, Kevin Walter, and now Arian Foster. Too much firepower over there in Houston. I'll also take the Texans. Finally, Game 6, Drew Brees looks to have a big day through the air against the San Francisco team that just looked plain awful on both sides of the ball last week. Saints or Niners? Who you got?
Saints.
Why?
They are defending Super Bowl champions, my friend.
Very true, and the Niners, what do they have? They're 0-1 and they lost to the Seahawks. I have the Saints in this Monday night matchup. So, those were our quick licks. And now it's time to move on to our Regirock Lock of the Week. And here with his Regirock Lock of the Week is the Treasure Hunter 21.
I have the Packers over the Bills.
Yeah?
Yeah. The Bills are the Pits.
Alright then, I'll go a little bit more in depth with my pick. The offensive upside is much more limited for the Bears this week on the road against Dallas. The Cowboys linebackers will certainly have their scope set on Matt Forte, who will have a greatly reduced chance of breaking off a big run. Forte is also a very shaky goal line option, and his final yard numbers may be really mediocre. There also will be a heavier burden on Jay Cutler to carry the offense this week, and he may be in to throw multiple picks. In addition, Dallas is opening up that brand spanking new stadium for the first time this year in the land of Dixie. Plus, I don't think Jerry Jones would be very pleased to have his team start off 0-2. Alright, so now we got that out of the way. Now it's time for our promiscuous portion of the show. Here's our Why Not picks of the week.
I have Little Brother outlasting Big Brother. That's right, I have the G-Men over the Colts on Sunday Night Football in the Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts are lacking one of their premier defensive people in Bob Sanders. The G-Men have Ahmad Bradshaw. I think he's better than Arian Foster. So I think he will be a slippery back. And the G-Men will have time-consuming drives eating up the clock to keep the ball out of Peyton Manning's hands.
Alright, so the Treasure Hunter 21 has the Giants. Moving on to my pick, the Jets had an embarrassing season opener last weekend against Baltimore, and it proves they have to stick to the ground game of Sean Green and LaDainian Tomlinson if they want to pull off W's. Luckily, this weekend the Jets take on a team with one of the youngest starting defenses in the league, the Patriots. Though I think the Pats overall will do better than the Jets down the road. Not only do I like the Jets' run attack in this game, I like the guy taking snaps from center as well. Sanchez led New York to a win over the Patriots in Week 2 last year, in only his second NFL start. It proves the Jets are a viable pick this week. Alright, so that wraps up our picks and predictions for Week 2. Hopefully, we will be more correct than totally wrong, so you can tune in next week. And be sure to tell us your thoughts and feelings on this week's action in the comment space below. I'm FutureAnnouncer, and I have to go get my Frisbee.
Adios, amigos.